Today is September 27th, 2025. I'm redoing this video. My head is still killing me. It was really killing me when I first did it. It is my ex-husband, Michelle, her father, doing this. The guy in Massillon that was helping him get away with crimes. December, and Agent John, you can put it together, it is him. December 18th, 24, Walmart 62. Two men first come in and said, somebody said she had charges, somebody else said it was a drug cartel. So we called up to the Ravenna courthouse, and they said it's just the drug cartel. There's nothing against her. Two other men come in, and one said she didn't know who Michelle was until January, February 19th. No, not till she showed up and announced herself. I made sure of it. I remember him on the day that Michelle announced herself at Bay Family Church. She came in and screamed out, I'm the one that dates Dave. I'm the one that dates her husband. I turned around and she didn't look 15, 16 years old. I didn't believe her, and I thought it was another drug scam. And she kept saying stuff, and I didn't believe her at all. Because she's so young and he's 60. I go to leave, and there is officers talking around me. Is she even legal? Is she 15, 16? One said I would have pegged her at 14. I didn't believe her because she looked that young. And I kept thinking I thought that too. And then they were saying other stuff about the way she was dressed. She had made a comment about sleeping with the boys. That's what they call the cartel. And she was dressed in one of the guys' clothes. That's why she looked so bad. Okay. While that guy walks around in between me and the officers walking me out, I told those people she didn't know who she was, and I made sure of it. So he's with this guy that came in. Karen didn't know who Michelle was till January, February of 19. No, I made sure of it. I still never talked to her in person. Okay. That he said those people said she threatened her, and if she threatened her, I told him I didn't care what they did to her, and she didn't even know who she was. No, I made sure of it until she announced herself. And he said I feel bad about everything. He said I told that drug dealer that bad after everything he did to her, no one had ever won her again. I heard Karen's getting remarried. I knew she had it in her to get remarried. Told him to leave her alone. He's in it with drug dealers. Okay. January 30th, 25. I'm down in Carrollton at Virginia's. Some idiots are saying stuff at a table. Well, I'm tired of it. I am past tired of it. I really am. I'm past tired of it. So I said something. They walk out, and some guy's like, and I go on about Terry Coberly seeing me almost kidnapped, to it being a medication error that, I almost died of. That made me sick before, and it's documented medical malpractice and medication errors. Later that day, we went to Walmart 62. They still have it. January 30th, 25. He come in and he said, with that guy that was down in Carrollton. Okay. He said, I told those people I didn't think it's funny when I found out Karen didn't even know who Michelle was until 19. He said, I found out Terry Coberly seen her almost being kidnapped. He said, I really felt bad about everything. He said, He said, I found out it was a medication error that made her sick before and was going on about that. He said, I really feel bad. He said her ex-husband called down to my office. And I told him I didn't want to deal with him no more. So I told him, tell him I wasn't there anymore. And that the police said she had rights and no one would say a word to her. Okay. Walmart 62. Tipping on you. Okay. January 5th, 25. I am Walmart 62. Investigators come in. What is this? Another FBI agent lied to a U.S. Marshal that she was weird with herself. We always knew it was photoshopped of washing herself in the shower, and they photoshopped that. And they had drugged her and told her to say it before. We always knew that. He said, and we already got the agent over her case, admitting he let all of this happen because he thought she threatened his daughter. And to find out, she didn't even know who she was. Was the FBI getting even with her? Thinking that she threatened one of their daughters and she didn't even know who she was. Do they realize how not funny this is? Okay. Josh, I was actually dating a retired Massillon police officer. I was telling him about him. He said, Massillon police. He said there was a guy in Massillon was helping him get away with everything. Dad called down and found out he wasn't there anymore, freaked out and fled the country. Okay. January 25th, 2019. Really, really odd day. I had to pay off a payday loan for Christmas. I went down to get the money at Woodforest Walmart 62. There's a weirdo down there saying stuff. I go to pay the payday loan, where Dave had chicken wing my arm and knocked me into the wood railing, and my shoulder was really tore up for a long time. My rib cage is still damaged. It was like extended through here, and then it was like a banana through my shirt. Still got some raised muscles. It's still not quite right. Said, well, I went to go to the payday loan place, and the guy let the door fly, and I caught it with my sore arm, and it hurt really bad. Well, afterwards, I went to the mall, and I'm walking around. They had like 30 men to harass me. Well, I was scared. I asked Sarah, because I gave her that agent's number when, before it started. I asked her to call him because I was scared. I went to leave. They said men were out there. She's got an agent that protects her. That's what's going on. Well, I go back in and I said, stay out of this. And I left. Went down to Dixie. The big truck guys are swarming her house. She's wanting me to go for a ride. And a ride wouldn't fix this. Dave shows up. He went down to AJ Tactical to do shooting. Before we went there, some people were outside talking. What's that one guy's problem in Massillon, helping people get away with crimes? He can't, why is he involving himself in helping people get away with crimes? Was really talking about. We go in there and some idiot said, I want to see her shop parrot. Or one guy started laughing and said, trust me, she has nothing to worry about. No, Christmas Eve of 2018, there's a video in the FBI case of me sitting on the floor, crying like a baby girl. And Dave with the shooters that they killed too. We go to leave, and cars are swarming us, and I'm looking back and forth, and Dave's doing this too, because they're swarming us. We drop off the car outside Ravenna and go up to Streetsboro to get Steak and Shake for him, and he keeps going like this, and when we get home to John Thomas Road, the cartel's sitting at the end of the road. Well, they said next time they come up and kill me. take care of it once and for all. My shoulder is killing me. And I got in a hot tub and I was letting it soak for just a minute, take some of the pain off. And he's running around the house like a chicken with his head cut off. Well, I go get in bed and I hear banging. And I hear him open the door and they said, hey, the police always knew she was innocent and innocent before. And they were talking about it at the station. Some guy was bailing this guy out from a team. He said if she's innocent, he'd pay her fine or bail. And said, no, the police always knew she's innocent and innocent before, and they never want to arrest her. They knew somebody else did something wrong before. The agent over her case was trying to put a fine on her so big that she could never afford to pay it for saying something about the FBI being involved. The recruiter offered to pay it, and no man would say a word to her again. No one can tell anybody. They can't say anything but, and no one can say anything. They can't say anything. Well, nobody can but a judge. First Amendment, freedom of speech. They can only put a gag order on you, not police or agents. Common sense here, people. And then I hear scurrying. Some guy shows up. Now, my family, extended family, from my brother's family is Caucasian, Filipino, and African American. Their Trey was a swimsuit model. She's beautiful and exotic. Okay, I'm not one bit racist, but I don't care what skin color you have. It's wrong to buy somebody. We'll just leave it at that. I hear scurrying. Some guy said I paid 25 grand for her. He said, I want her. And Dave said, well, she'd be afraid of you, that you're African American. Like I said, I don't care what color your skin is. It's wrong to buy somebody. And I don't care. It's wrong. And he said, you can't have her more scarring. You can't have her. We're not done with her yet. I paid good money for her. I want her. You can't have her. And I'm laying there with a loaded gun, praying God when or where. I thought I'm not going with nobody. And they're arguing back and forth, and they won't let that guy have me. Okay? I laid and cried and prayed for God when and where if I had to. I thought I'm not leaving with nobody. And I finally at daylight laid the gun on the floor and went to sleep. Okay. They started talking about a Harry. After that, even the U.S. Marshals on January 20th, 23 showed up with my friend Maddie out in Worcester. The week before that, okay, January 13th, 23, I'd met Maddie out there. He said, I work in a factory and I race horses professionally. He said, on the racetrack, there's drug dealers. And with what you said happened to you, I went to one of them. He said, they said that all the Ohio drug dealers know you didn't know that the agent over your case was in debt to the drug dealers. And they were so mad they left threats on him. I'm like, whoa, I don't believe in violence. If he's actually in debt to them, and that's why this happened, he needs to go to jail for this. I don't believe in violence. He's like, well, it's not me. It's them. I was just telling you what they said. And I said it again. He's like, it's not me. It was what they said. I wanted to let you know. And they're really angry that he let this happen. Okay? So Michelle's dad is telling people he's the agent of my case. He's the one in debt to drug dealers. Get the idea. The next week he shows up with a bunch of men, and they come in and they sit down. He said, I also have a friend on the police department, knew about that case, that agent open with you. Thought you brought your police department? They know about the Texas group involved in your case. Went through a bunch of stuff, drilled me till I was stuttering. There was people in there, walked by, said something about that Harry. Marshals heard them, and they left. Okay. Excuse me. And he finally drills me till I'm stuttering. I walk outside. These men walk out and said, "Whether U.S. Marshals will be taking care of this." That agent left her there. Can you imagine he left her there? He said he left her there because she's weird with herself. Who would care if she wasn't? It was probably them and not her. It was them and not me. They already confessed years ago. January 5th, 25. Two men come in Walmart 62. What is this? Another FBI agent lied to a U.S. Marshal she was weird with herself? We always knew. Nice photoshopped her washing herself. They photoshopped her. And they had drugged her and told her to say it before. And we already have the agent over her case, taped admitting he let all this happen because he thought she threatened his daughter. The guy from December 1824, Walmart 62. He's a guy from Maslin. It's Michelle's dad. Dave's girlfriend's dad. Get it? Memorial Day weekend 2019. An older white lady showed up. Walmart 62 for it's my daughter. Her husband takes. Try to say that he met her in Ravenna. He met her a long time for that, honey. She wasn't around for a long time for that. And it's for my daughter. They did all this for. And it's our family watching her doing this. Michelle's mother. On March 13th, trying to think what year. March 13, 21. She shows up, Michelle's mother, with the fake FBI agents. Getting them back home in hospital, lying to Dr. Anatina. Michelle's mother was with them. Now at Faith Family Church, Michelle was with the fake FBI agent that tortured me, the fake Portage County sheriffs. Even Carl, my new husband, in Louisville one day, he came up to me and said, the weirdest thing, this weirdest man came up and acted like he knew me. Was talking to me, started describing him. I went, that's supposed to be the one that's retired Judge Pete, friend with Ludic. See, that guy was there. The one looks like a deranged Santa Claus saying that. That he was retired Judge Pete, friends with Ludic, letting him get away with crimes. He was with the fake Portage County sheriffs, the fake FBI agents. Michelle was with him, and the ones that said they worked for Judge Peters and they were from Florida, in front of 3,000 people. Okay? Get the idea? And they all work for that office for her dad. September 18th, 25, Walmart West House. There's investigators in there. Where September 10th, 25, Tuscarawas County Courthouse. There's part of that office down there lying to that courthouse. Okay? I walked by and that crop judge says that office was down here and said they paid thousands of dollars to follow her around. They didn't even see anyone. You'd have to be Helen Keller, blind, deaf, and dumb not to see these people. And everyone's supposed to get even with her because she's a liar and not credible and da da da. Never lied. I am very credible. I'm trying to get Agent John's case thrown out. All right. And then some weirdo behind the door. I had the right to do those things to her. I had the right to know what I was up against. The guy that's afraid of old fat white women in skirts. That guy was in there. All right, and there was a guy in the prosecutor's office, and they were saying how he wants to make sure I have nothing. September 18th, 25, Walmart West Task. Investigators, it was that office that's behind all that. In that courthouse on September 10th, 25, in Tuscarawas County Courthouse. Was that? It's not funny they're impersonating the Portage County Sheriffs. Last Saturday, up on in Summit Mall, girls were talking that where she had a panic attack when she heard that guy's voice outside. Didn't know who it belonged to. It was from it's the guy that tortured her. They said he still watches her. It's not funny. He tells people he's FBI and he only works for that office. Get the idea. Today, September 27th, 25, people were talking. That's that one that her ex-husband's girlfriend's father and his friends ran a drug scam on. There was FBI up there also in Macy's. She knows we watch her. He said, yeah, she's an informant. They said the guy that tortured her still watches her. I thought I seen him a couple times. He is a tall white man, muscular built, shaved head, dark eyes, white, drives a dark gray truck. Seen it. Faith Family Church yelled at him in front of thousands of people. They sold the login. Will found another way of making money off the case. He sold the login for $25 a pop. So Michelle's dad sold the login. He's not an agent over my case. He's just some guy in Madison. Okay, he's the one in debt to the drug dealers. He's the one trying to get the drug Agent John's case against the drug cartel thrown out. He owes them money. Let's see. December 2nd, 22, Wendy's and Alliance. Is that the one that church tried to have killed? Yes. Heard she didn't get any money out of this. No, it's one guy from the case stealing money since the first day. October 4th, 23, Lauren and Michelle, part of the Florida drug cartel. They were announcing that they were stealing for them, or Will was stealing for them. April to July of 19, they showed up at Louisville and they said they were stealing for them. October 6, 23, Walmart 62. They said it's a one guy from the case's girlfriend. In June, July, up in Akron, my client's neighbor, they were telling them that Will was stealing for them. Okay. They sold the login. They sold the rape and torture. They showed it to little as 5-year-old children. In 21, they were really releasing it. I would stutter and choke on the horn. It was horrifying them and people showing up. There was 3 white guys in the room. We all knew what happened. Da 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 da. And mock me. 60 to 100 people, including as little as 5-year-old children. Even teenagers in 23 in North Canton. That Will is nothing but a child molester selling real rapes to children to watch. As little as 5-year-olds. We all know they raped her. And him letting little 5-year-olds see it makes him a child molester. You're under 18, it makes him a child molester selling it to you too, honey. Like I said, I had over 60 to 100 people have enough nerve. My one client with anger issues, he's like, Karen, this is crazy. People admitting to raping you in front of people in stores and drugging you and telling you to say it before. This is crazy. July to September 19, midnight to 3. There's a video on the case. I thought I seen him a couple times. He works for Michelle's dad. They all do. He's trying to get the cartel released. Where in 18, if you tell one word on what we're doing, say one word, we'll call you a liar, we'll say you're not credible. We'll ruin your reputation until you can't testify against us in court. And everything they got will be thrown out. October 4th, 25, they admitted to drugging me with hypnotic drugs. That's why I have no memory. It causes sleepwalking and a metal taste in your mouth. August 5th, 25, Dutch Valley Restaurant, as if Agent John didn't know they used hypnotic drugs when they drugged her and told her to say it before. He was telling people he knew she was being drugged, beaten, raped before the case started. He even let them torture her as he's some kind of coward. August 7th, 25, Walmart 62, they have those tapes of them calling Agent John a coward and admitting again they drugged me and told me to say it before and they used hypnotic drugs and that I would have no memory of anything those people did. I would get a shower. I would go in and go to bed. I'd wake up with giant bruises, throwing up, heart racing, severely infected, almost passing out. I would be working outside different times, come in, wash my hands, make something to eat and drink, and it was a 2-liter Diet Coke I poured into a glass. Walked into the bathroom, went to the bathroom, washed my hands better, came out and took a drink, and then we went to see him back in the same thing. I was going to the doctor, what on earth is wrong with me? I never talked to anybody. I never had my neighbors in my home. I had family repair guys, installation guys, and 2 silly officers on August 8th of 18 came out with a light with the outside security camera. Looks like an alien orb, angry spirit, and told me to buy a dog and let a dog handle it. They didn't want bother. I didn't have anybody else in my home. I thought the wild water was giving me cancer, and I told my community health I thought it was a wild water. In fact, in my personal area, causing bruising, and it's really dirty, and I'm showering in it. And is it making me sick? Is it toxic? And here it just had high levels of iron in it, and different types of iron. I had it tested, and like they said, that wouldn't have done anything. And I'm blaming it, thinking it's so toxic, it's killing me. And here, it's my husband's girlfriend's father and his friends having me drug beaten, raped, and running a drug scam on me. What kind of horrible monster from hell does that to a human being?